Good morning, class 9C. Today is 28th July. I will continue with the chapter number 8. The topic I will be taking for the chapter energy flow and its sources will be source of energy. Now, what is source of energy? A useful energy in a convenient form at a steady rate over a long period of time. That means energy which is in useful form, easily available, at a uniform rate for a long period of time. That is called the source of energy. And why do we need the energy? We need useful energy to do work. Now, what are the characteristics of good sources of energy? There are different sources available, but good source of energy characteristics is first, safe and convenient to use. Like electricity and LPG, it is most common. LPG cylinders. It is safe also, easy to use the source of energy for household. Second, easy to transport. You know, LPG, petrol can be easily transported from one place to another by using the vehicles. Third one, easy to store. LPG can be easily stored in the cylinder and we are using it in our day-to-day life. Fourth one, economical, means we should use a good source of energy which gives large amount of energy at lower cost. So LPG is economical because it's giving a 14 liter approximately energy at lower cost. Now we'll come to the next is classification of sources of energy. There are two broad classification of sources of energy. One is a renewable energy, second is non-renewable energy. So renewable energy is sources of energy which are being produced continuously in nature and inexhaustible. That means nature is continuously producing and they will not exhaust, they will not finish. Like sun energy, solar, wind energy, ocean energy, water energy, biomass energy, geothermal energy. Clear? So these are the renewable source of energy which will not exhaust and they develop or they are produced within a short period of time. Now let us see what is non-renewable source of energy. Sources of energy which have accumulated in nature over a long time and cannot be quickly replaced in short time interval. That means they take millions of years to form non-renewable energy and they are quickly replaced. They are very easily and fastly used. Now there are some advantages of renewable source of energy. Let us study what are the advantages. First one is quickly replace. They are quickly replaced. That means if water energy is used, it is replaced easily, fastly. There is no environmental pollution from the renewable source of energy. It is freely available, no cost for the wind, water, sun energy, ocean energy. No need to conserve also the source of energy. And one more, the source will last as long as earth receiving the energy from the sun. Our earth is receiving the energy from the sun. Till then, this renewable source of energy will be available to us. Now, non-renewable source of energy. There are some disadvantage of using the non-renewable source of energy is, first one is fast duplicating. Fast duplicating means they are finishing it fast because we are using it too much. Second, not replaceable because it takes millions of years to form. It takes millions of years to form coal, natural gas, oil, petrol, and they are easily finished. Now next is environmental pollution. They produce environmental pollution also and we have to conserve it for the future. So these were the two main broad categories of the sources of the energy. Now next topic is biogas. So let us see what is biogas. Is a mixture of various gases such as methane. Methane is CH4, carbon dioxide, hydrogen H2, hydrogen sulfide. So the mixture of methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide is known as biogas. This biogas is produced in a biogas plant by anaerobic degradation of biomass in presence of water. Now, this biogas is produced in biogas plant by which process? Anaerobic. Anaerobic means in absence of oxygen. Degradation of biomass when water is present. Now let us see what is biomass. Biomass means organic matter which can be used as a fuel for burning, for energy source. It includes wood, animal dung, cow dung, sewage, vegetable waste, poultry droppings and waste from the agriculture based industry. So they are known as the biomass. Now the plant where biogas is produced is known as biogas plant. There are two types of biogas plant, that is a floating dome biogas plant. Second is fixed dome biogas plant. In that dome, the water, all the biomass, cow dung, wood, vegetable waste is mixed, and in absence of oxygen it's kept for a 2-3 week and the gas will be produced, biogas will be produced, and it is easily transported to the house where it is required. Now there are some advantages of using the biogas. So what are the advantages of the biogas? First is cheaper to produce. It's very cheap because all these wood, animal dung, vegetable waste, they are only the waste and we have to utilize raw material as a waste only. Now clean and non-polluting fuel. The biogas which is produced, it's clean. Non-polluting means no pollution is produced. Even no residue is left after burning. No smoke is produced in case of biogas. It can be easily stored. It has a high calorific value. Economical also and easily supplied through the pipelines. It has a connection and through pipeline it is being supplied. Burns readily, convenient at its igneous temperature. So in this biogas you have to learn the definition of biogas. What is biomass? Where the biogas is produced? Advantages of the biogas. Now next topic is your solar energy. From where do we get the solar energy? That is a sun. And inside the sun, the nuclear fusion reaction is taking place. And this nuclear fusion means the smaller nucleus combine to form the bigger nucleus. So the nuclear fusion reaction is taking place inside the sun, that is liberating an enormous amount of heat and light energy. Only 1% the earth is getting the sun energy. Now the solar radiation consists of ultraviolet rays, visible light, infrared rays. These solar radiations we are receiving from the sun, 1%. Ultraviolet rays, whose beyond the violet color. Visible light, that is visible to us, that is band of 7 color. Infrared rays are below the red color, beyond the red color. So this is a visible spectrum, visible light. Now let us study the next topic is solar constant. So suppose this is your earth surface and the surface area we have taken 1 meter square. In this area of 1 meter square, the amount of solar energy received by the earth's surface having an area of 1 meter square, that per second, that is called the solar constant. And the value of the solar constant is 1.4 kilojoule per meter square per second. This much solar energy, 4 kilojoule energy, sun energy, is received by the earth surface having an area of 1 meter square per second. So that is called the solar constant. Now next is harnessing of solar energy. Solar energy is harnessed directly as well as indirectly. Directly we are using also solar energy, sun energy. Indirectly utilization is also there. So let's see direct utilization. The direct utilization of solar energy can be either by collecting the sun energy, that is the heat of the sun. Devices are solar cooker and solar heaters. Now what does energy change in solar cooker and solar heater? Solar energy is transferred into the electricity. That is done by the solar cell. Clear? And in case of these two, they are utilizing the sun energy. Now, indirect utilization. It is done by converting solar energy into chemical energy, like biomass. We have done in this few minutes back. Biomass, organic matter that convert the sun energy into the chemical energy. Now, how solar energy is traditionally used, how we use in our day-to-day life, everyone, for drying our clothes, they are used, solar energy is used. For obtaining salt from the sea, to obtain the salt from the sea, sun energy is only used. For preservation like preservation of fruits, vegetable, fish, they are all done under the sun drying, that is called. Fourth one, reduce moisture from the food grains, the grains like wheat grains after harvesting. So this moisture, whatever is present inside the grain, is reduced by the solar energy only. Now let us study what are the advantages of solar energy. First one is cost effective. It's not costly, it's very cheap because sun energy is free of cost. Next, environmental friendly. Easily available, no pollution is there. Available everywhere in plenty. Fourth, reduces the need of non-renewable resources like coal and petrol. If you are using the sun energy, then lesser use of the non-renewable source of energy. There are some disadvantages also of using the solar energy. What is that? Solar energy cannot use at night. We can't use solar cooker, solar heater at night because sun energy is not available. Solar device do not work properly because the sun energy, sun is changing the direction, so we have to work according to that, and sometimes solar devices does not work properly. Same amount of sunlight is not available, so what happened? So these are the three disadvantages related to the solar energy. It can be disadvantages also, or the question can be written as write the limitation of the solar energy. There are some devices which we commonly use to harness the sun energy, that is called the solar energy device. What are the solar energy devices? Like solar cooker, solar heater, solar concentrator, solar cell. So they are using the sun energy for benefit of us. Next topic is solar energy devices. So just now I have told you solar cooker, solar heater, solar cell. These are the solar energy devices. The devices which collect solar energy, sun energy is called solar energy devices. And these solar energy devices use some components to work in an efficient manner. So let's see what are the components used by solar energy devices. First, they are painted black surface. Black surface, why they are painted black? Because black surfaces are the good absorber of heat. So they can easily absorb the solar energy. That's why they are painted black. Second, they use the glass sheet cover. Like solar cooker is covered with a glass sheet. Why? The transparent glass sheet is used so that the glass sheet allows the sunlight to enter and some of the lights goes back. The infrared radiation, they are absorbed by the glass sheet, and this infrared radiation is responsible for the greenhouse effect, and due to which the temperature inside the device increases or rises. The third is the use of the reflector. In order to increase the efficiency of solar heat energy devices, a plane mirror is used or parabolic reflector. They are used so that the temperature is increased. And how? If you are using the plane mirror as a reflector, so whatever the light is coming from the sun, it reflects back, and this light will fall, reflected light will fall on the food. And in order to increase the area, so parabolic reflectors are used so that more concentration of sunlight will be there, and the food is cooked at a high temperature required. Now, solar cooker device. This device is used to cook food by utilizing the sun energy or solar energy. Now, there are some advantages of solar cooker. It saves the fuel. How? Because we are using only the sun energy. So we don't require any LPG cylinders or any fuel or wood. No air pollution. No pollution is there. Food cooked slowly so that the nutrients do not get destroyed. We generally cook the food on high flame, and whatever the nutrients are there in the fruit, they get destroyed. So while cooking the food on the solar cooker, the nutrients are not destroyed. Next, you can cook 4 food at a time. Dal, chawal, vegetable, curry, or 4 food at a time. In spite of having so many advantages of solar cooker, it has some disadvantages, or you can say limitations are there in the solar cooker, that it does not work in a cloudy day. You can't cook the food on cloudy day because proper amount of sunlight is not there. Frying is not possible. You can't make chapatis. You have to change the direction of solar cooker according to the sunlight. So these are the limitation of the solar cooker. Solar cell. This is a device which converts solar energy into the electrical energy, and this solar cell is made up of the semiconductor like silicon, germanium, gallium. These are known as a semiconductor, and solar cells are made up of semiconductor. The solar cell is also known as photovoltaic cell. The efficiency of solar cell made from these material is 10 to 14%. Nowadays they are made up of selenium and efficiency is now 25%. Solar cell have no moving part, requires very less maintenance, and work without the use of any focusing device. No focusing device like parabolic reflectors or something like. They can be set up especially in the remote areas where the power transmission is very expensive and difficult for us. So this is solar cell, solar energy devices.